important thing that we can do is keep the focus on the day-to-day. You talk in the off season about building a roster that's capable of making the postseason and a deep postseason run. And we talk about playing meaningful games in September. And now that we're in the midst of it, there's a ton of energy and enthusiasm around the park. It's a fun place to show up at every day. But I think from my perspective, the coaching staff, the players, it's the focus on what we have to do and how we can execute today to win the game.
What's a successful season? Is just making the playoffs enough? Where do you stand on how do you gauge the season when it comes to your role as the baseball czar for the organization? Is it just making the playoffs? Is it advancing a series? How do you gauge what would be a successful season for the Red Sox?
Yeah, I think you have to go back to our stated goals, and we tried to build a roster that we felt could compete for the division, could make the postseason, and was capable of a deep postseason run. We can look at our record today and say our record in 2025 is going to be an improvement relative to 2024, but that's not what our goals were. So, I think we need to finish strong here. We need to make the postseason, and we should prime ourselves for a deep postseason run.
Craig, when you look at finishing strong, you guys ultimately have kind of backed yourself into a corner a little bit because of some earlier series that I think, a lot of us expected you to win. I think Arizona was one of them. I forget the other one that we had talked about, obviously the Yankees series and that. What's the message been to that team as far as, like being backed in a corner right now?
Yeah, well, we can't go back and win the games that that we lost. But in the moment, you always think about, man, this one, this one hurts, or this was a very winnable game, and you hope that you're not looking back at the end of the season and thinking that you're a game away or 2 games away from being where you want to be. But in terms of backing ourselves into a corner, I'm not sure that that's the way the players or the staff see it. For 2 reasons. One is because this is a group that has overcome a ton of adversity and challenges and has shown a ton of resilience, whether that's injuries, guys, important pieces being out for lengthy periods of time. And then the other is because I think that could force you to lose sight of the small things that you need to do to execute, in order to win. And we've had chances to win a lot of the games that you just brought up. We've had traffic on the bases. We've had some good at-bats to put ourselves in position to score runs. And what we haven't done is gotten the big hit or put the ball in play to get a run across the board. Fortunately, we were able to do that last night, but I think that focus on execution is where we should be